From the station that's on your side, this is Channel 7 News Good Morning Arkansas.
Welcome back to Good Morning Arkansas, everyone. It is safe to say the coronavirus pandemic has kind of upended our lives in more ways than just one. As Arkansans stay home working, many find themselves maybe rethinking their living arrangements, right? So more and more Arkansans are now considering purchasing a new home with more land, a backyard oasis, a good place to be, a space for home offices. And here to discuss why purchasing a home is something everyone can do, even during a global health crisis, is Patrick Dennis, loan officer, Bank of Little Rock Mortgage. Thank you, Patrick, for joining us. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Why buy when you can just rent?
You know, right now, currently, rates are super low. So by buying rather than paying high rental prices, you can save a couple $100s a month easily on a purchase. And why not take advantage of that right now? Plus, you know, we discussed outdoor oases, things of that nature, you know, building the home that you want to stay in. Let's face it, we're staying home a lot more. You can't really make improvements to a rental property without a landlord's permission. So when you buy, you can do whatever you want to your surroundings and improve that. And when you make those improvements, you're actually improving your future wealth because you're putting money into your property rather than the landlord's property.
Absolutely. It sounds like buying a home is kind of the perfect DIY project, right? Well, you do have to put down kind of a certain amount of funding when you buy a home, but what if buyers can't put down a full 20% when they're looking to buy?
Yeah, so there's always been this myth that you have to have 20% down to buy a home, and that's just not true. Now, 20% down will help you avoid mortgage insurance, but we have a ton of different options for people, even no money down options. For our deserving veterans, we have VA loans that are 100%. Also, no mortgage insurance on monthly, so it's an incredibly low payment. Rates are in the 2s right now on those loans. Rural development, that's 100% loan. That's property eligible, but great low mortgage insurance for those people that qualify. And one of the better loans out there is just 3% down on what we call a home ready or a home possible. That's for new home buyers, first-time home buyers. And a first-time home buyer is constituted by you haven't owned a home in 3 years. So 3% down, low mortgage insurance, credit scores as low as 620. So lots of opportunity to not have to put that 20% down.
Okay, that's a good thing to know. I feel like I'm taking a lot of mental notes because I know I'll be buying a home here in the next few years. So this is definitely good stuff, Patrick. Well, okay, so a lot of potential home buyers, they're still maybe kind of hesitant. What do you think might be giving them this hesitation or holding them back a little bit from actually making the jump to buy a home?
Yeah, so it's a huge commitment. There's no question. And I think we've all have these preconceived notions that it's a daunting task to buy a home. I don't qualify. It's not going to happen. Well, you know what? You got to take that first step, and we try to make it as easy as possible when we go out and get you pre-approved for a loan. It makes more sense to go after it now. It's well worth it to buy a home. Money Magazine came out with something that said that homeowners spend 15% of their income on their monthly mortgage payment, whereas renters pay 30% of their monthly income on their home payment. So, I mean, that's a vast difference. As I said earlier, you can probably save a couple $100 a month and set yourself up for the future by purchasing a home at this point in time.
Absolutely. And if someone does maybe make that decision, okay, we are going to buy a home, what is that very first thing someone should do when beginning the home buying process?
The first thing that you want to do, especially now, houses are selling, sometimes within 24 hours, sometimes within hours, they're getting multiple offers. So the first thing you want to do is get your ducks in a row, get pre-qualified, do an application with a qualified mortgage lender, figure out what your income is, figure out what your debt is, figure out what you can afford. And you want to be ready for this. And this happened, in the last 2 weeks. I had somebody call me right away, and the house had an offer within 2 hours, and they were unable to get their application in that quickly. So before you start looking at homes, let's get you pre-qualified. Let's get you set up and figure out what you can afford and how we can make it all happen for you.
Absolutely. Well, one more time, Patrick, if you could just remind those viewers at home, maybe where they could learn more or reach out to you and the Bank of Little Rock.
Yeah, give us a call at Bank of Little Rock Mortgage at 501-219-9100. We're at blrmortgage.com as well. Facebook, Twitter, all those usual suspects.
Good stuff this morning. Well, thank you so much for joining us and telling us all about that. I know I definitely learned a lot. I hope a lot of you at home did as well. More Good Morning Arkansas when we come back from this break.